This video is brought to you by 9% and powered by Petty Vision Productions. Now sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Lego! I ain't here to wake nobody up. I'm here to unplug you.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take me for granted and you know I'm leaving. I'ma take what's mine with the webs I'm weaving. I could take this crowd from seeing to believing. Got a taste for blood and my tongue keeps bleeding. From the words I spit, so sharp, so freezing. So cold, behold, frostbite they feeling. I could tear you apart or I could go heal them. Don't believe in fate, don't believe in ceilings. I just need a taste and my mind starts feeling. I don't pace myself, I grind on kneeling. God.
What up, though? It's the word. You see the title, we gonna talk about it. But first, let me get into the chat. Miss Tracy, what up, though? Commander, what up, 9? Hey, Commander, we I think Tuesday, we gonna do a show on the 9. And we need you on the panel. We need the Minister of Defense on the panel. I believe we gonna either do it on my channel or Tay's channel, but I definitely let you know in the up and coming days. I do want to apologize. I did have a show planned for tonight, but the family, we was having a lot of fun, you know, chilling with the family, just doing stuff with the wife and kids, and lost track of time. And you know, I want to be responsible with it, so I'm gonna do that early next week. Narcissism versus Machiavellianism. We're gonna do that early next week, probably Monday. We was gonna do it tonight, but when I looked up, it was already 12 o'clock, and I'm like, I didn't even schedule the show yet, so I'm like, I didn't make a thumbnail or nothing. But definitely, James, what up, though? Appreciate you, my blind brother. Nate the Great is in the building. Hey, man, I just had a couple questions, man. I put a comment on my community post, you know. Did you ever notice that, you know, there's more seats in the stadium than the classroom? Right? And yeah, it's for various reasons. You know, when you're teaching, you want it more personable, right? You want it more, you want a smaller crowd. But what I meant by that is people are more eager to be entertained and educated, right? And that's just the society we lived in. So to all my motivators, my inspirations, my people out there who doing even the clean, fun entertainment. Like if you look on here, there's more people viewing the what they call entertainment, but it's really like breaking people down. You know, is being entertained at the expense of other people. That's not really entertainment, not to me anyway. But to some, it might be. Um, but that's the society we live in. People rather be entertained than educated. And another thing, Askiro, what up though? Appreciate you, sis. Another thing I was thinking about too. It's so often, and I've been saying this my whole life, right? I hear people say they want change or they want something different, they want something better, right? But then when they present it with it, they don't want to support it. Um, and when I was younger, I used to look at it like, nah, they don't want change, they just want to complain. And as I get older, I thought I would understand it different, but it's just I get more reason to solidify my thought that most people, I'm not saying all people, but most people, they don't really want change. They just look for things to complain about. Even on this app, I've heard people say there's no real men on here. And there's a whole bunch of young Riaz, what up? And there's a whole bunch of content creators who are great representation of men, but they don't get supported. People say they want real women. There's a bunch of women who's showing a good example of how to be a lady, but they don't get supported. These people who complain about they want this, they flock around the same people they talk about, what they don't want. And it's like I've heard people in like these beef sectors talking about we got to do better. And it's like, but it's people already doing better. So why don't you just go over there? I don't like when people go in those beef sectors, you got to realize this. After you realize, because I'm not gonna lie, I was pulled into a sector. I didn't know what it was, but as I seen it, I'm like, okay, this ain't for me. And I just pulled back. I don't talk about people or nothing like that. I don't need to. I seen it wasn't for me, and then, I left. But what people do is they go into these sectors and then they complain about them. Like, look, man, if you go to a drug house, expect, drug shit to happen. Expect to see people using drugs. Expect to see people hurting each other over, resources to get the drugs. That's what you should expect. Whatever type of environment you're in, you should expect it. Don't be shocked when them people start talking about your kids and your. That's what they do. But see, this is the thing. People often want other people to make them comfortable. They don't want to go somewhere where they'd be held accountable because a lot of them people, they into that shit. And it gives them an excuse for their behavior is to hang around other people like them. Like if you want to do, like when I decided to change my life, I couldn't go around people who was doing the stuff I used to. Because even if I wasn't doing it, I can get caught up in what they doing because I'm there. They call it guilty by association. So if you want to do better, you got to put yourself around the people who doing better. That's just what it is. You can't expect people to conform to what you want them to. No, you have to go to where you desire to be. And guess what? You might have to be responsible. You might have to take accountability. People might criticize your bad behavior or the things you're doing wrong. So you got to be open to constructive criticism. Like me in the position that I'm in life in general, I have to be open to constructive criticism. I promise you this. You go talk to successful people. I promise you they'll tell you one thing. All of them will tell you one thing. They've been criticized before. And the criticism helped them. I promise you they'll tell you that. But people nowadays, They can't be open to it. Girl dad, what up though, bro? Appreciate you. People not open up to criticism. People don't want to hear what they doing wrong. And that's weird to me because if you're doing something wrong and it's the right way or a better way, why not want to know it? People feel embarrassed. Like, hey, if I get something wrong, I'm wrong. Hey, it is what it is. I'd rather be right. So I'd rather have the right information than to keep rolling with the wrong information. But that's not what people want. That's not what people want. And the sad thing is, the stuff we see on the social media app is a reflection of why society is the way it is today. You know, lack of communication. People don't even know how to have a discussion. I be listening to people talk. We're going to have a discussion. And then the first thing that come out their mouth is an insult. Like, how do you expect me to sit here and listen to you when you insulting me? How does that make any sense? Why would I even care what you say if you're insulting me? We're going to have a discussion. Let's talk. Because once you put somebody on the defense, ain't no talking no more. Ain't no talking. So world, they come to the internet to escape the real world. Yeah, a lot of people do, but I'm talking about like even like how separated we are in society, even before social media. Like even if I don't get on social media, and it's the environment too. Like I'm up north in America, right? Up north in America is different than down south in America because up north people don't even hold the doors open. You gotta watch who you talk to. You say hello to the wrong person, you will get cussed out. Down south, it ain't like that. Down south, you can say hello, you can hold or open a door. You know, you can be nice and polite to people. Up north, if you do it, a lot of places, you know, people think you're trying to set them up, and sometimes it is. People do things just to get behind you, just to stab you in the back. You know. Um, But you're right too. People come online, and they feel safe to express who they really are too. I mean, I look at it two ways. You know, people come online and they create personas, but some people come online and it gives them the freedom to be who they really are. You know, some people are acting, some people are fronting, but there's a lot of people on here. They showing you who they really are. You know, in their day to day life, they hide a lot of the stuff that they don't hide online. You know, a lot of people don't have the confidence or um, even the freedom to express themselves the way they really feel. And online they can. You know, people talking recklessly. Um, man, it is, I don't know, man. I didn't grow up like a lot of these people. Like people talking about people, kids and deceased loved ones because they upset and mad. I didn't grow up like that. Like that wasn't an option. You know, it's just some things you don't do. You know, I understand everyone didn't grow up with like morals and values. I even heard somebody on here say, fuck morals and values. I'm like, oh wow, for real? Well, I can't deal with you on no level. I couldn't nah, you don't you saying you don't have morals and values. You think they're useless. I mean, you know, whatever works for anybody, but people like that I do not fuck with. I don't fuck with people like that. I'm doing wrong with these videos. We have that here too. Yeah, and it's just I don't know, man. It's I just be thinking like, do the mass majority of people actually want better, or are they just content and complaining about what's wrong? Like you don't hear people doing nothing or trying to find solutions. They wait for other people to come save them. But those be the same people when somebody is doing something positive, doing something right. Those be the same people to come mess it up. You know, be the same people. Was being the YouTube, I literally was acting similar to how I do in real life. I will talk to anyone as long as they and ask you. Look, I fell into that same thing, and just even in my field, always been into helping. If it was real estate, if it was life insurance, if it was personal training. So it's like you being open to communicate and talk to people, right? And you give people benefit of the doubt. Especially when you don't have malice in your heart, right? When you ain't out here. Look, I ain't got time to think about who trying to stab me in my back. If I get that feeling about you, I'm not gonna deal with you. And once I see it from you, I'm not gonna deal with you. But I'm not gonna look at everybody and that's the first thing I think of. Oh, this person to stab me in my back. I'm not thinking like that. I don't think like that till I got a reason to. But it's people out here, the first time they meet you, oh yeah, they're stab. And I'd be like, damn, you feel like that for real? It's like people out here who think everybody ought to get them. And I mean, I know that's probably your life, but a lot of people, a lot of us don't live like that. Like as Skiro said, she came on here just being normal, being regular. That's the same thing I did, like just being cool, give people benefit of the doubt until they show you reason to think otherwise. But now it's like, ask Skiro, I'm telling you, it's like I don't know, because even like just because I don't agree with something, that I'm all of a sudden a bad person because I don't have your perspective or look at life the way you do, because I don't want to do what you want to do. Now I'm a bad person. But I never got upset for anyone for not wanting to do what I want to do. It's people who I rocked out with when I first started, right? And the way or the way I'm going on YouTube, they're not going that way. But we don't hate each other. We just doing different things, but I can still support them. They can still support me, right? But when I made the 9%, it was people who got mad, people who got upset. And it's like, what you getting mad and upset for? I've been trying to do this for a whole year. The things that I'm trying to do, it has it's responsibility. It's things that we got to do collectively, and if you ain't down for that, then you ain't. Why would you get upset? Like if when you create something or make something, you determine what it is. I'm not making something and then having other people say, "Well, you should do that." No, that's not what this is. You can create your own shit, and I will support that. There's a lot of people on here who created their own brands, their own whatever, and I still support it. It might not be for me, but I can support it. That's like in life, um, we fall short of that too. You know, like this whole black business thing. We always say black people ain't got nothing, but when black people try to create something, nobody support it. They have one bad experience with a black business owner and they say, well, I'm not supporting black businesses no more. That's one person. I'm pretty sure you done went in the gas station or Walmart and had a bad experience, but guess what? Your ass went back. That's why I say people look. Tay eats, y'all. Tay eats, y'all. Frankie Blanco in the building. What up, Frankie? My sis Tay back. Hey, y'all. Tay is back. She just dropped 2 premieres back to back. Definitely go make sure y'all turn that notification bell on because she about to get in grind mode. She had her break. Now she about to get back to work. So definitely go support sis. But Rollo in the building too. What up, Rollo? My bad, man. I can't really see right now. Hustle T King is in the building. What up? Appreciate you, Hustle. But yeah, that's just where I'm at with it. Because you see so many people complaining about this and that, but they still not creating no solution. They ain't trying to find a way to make it better. They just complaining about it. Yeah. Me personally, I'm a solution seeker, right? So even when I created the idea of the 9, when I brought it to Tay, right? I'm like, look, motivation, inspiration, education, entertainment. That way, anyone who understands a better you is a better us, the better we are individually, the better we are collectively, is a spot for anybody. You don't have to be an educator. You don't have to be a motivator. You can be someone who does entertainment. And it's still a spot here because that's needed. So I created it not to exclude anyone. I didn't create it to exclude. I created it to uh, actually include everyone. That's how it was created. But people pick that apart. I had people say, "Oh, it's a cult because they put hoods on the thumbnails." Like, what? We doing demonic things because the thumbnails got hoods. Like, come on now, man. You couldn't think. So it ain't nothing about what I said. See, that's the thing. Like, people got to create things. They got to go with a feeling. You can't say nothing I did. No one has yet said anything that I did to harm or hurt anyone. You can't say that. People got to make things up, they feelings. And that's the funny part for the Moors, right? And say I take it back even further than that. But yeah, the hoods is for it's covered knowledge, right? So if you and a lot of that occult stuff is stolen information, right? It's stolen information. Back in Kemet or Egypt, the high priests wore hoods because they were the ones with the knowledge, and they uncovered their hoods when they taught the knowledge. So when you see someone walking around with hoods, that was because they were covering the knowledge. They had the knowledge, the hidden information. And when they took the hoods off, now they was ready to expose that hidden information. So it was more of a symbolic, you know. It's more symbolic. PIA, but stuff like that is spooky and scary to people because they don't read. I'm not gonna say they're not educated, but they don't read, they don't understand, and they don't seek information for themselves. They don't seek information for themselves. And when people, oh, you use symbolism, everything and everyone uses symbolism. Everything, everyone. Your government uses symbolism. Look at the back of your dollar. Symbolism is a part of life. At one point, symbolism was how we communicated was through symbols, hieroglyphs. It's whole stories and symbols. The representation of the falcon had a whole story to it. Just that one little symbol told a whole story. But Mentex, so what up, though? And see, that's the thing. That's the thing right there. When people do come to enlighten, and you get all this pushback and just hate for no reason, this is why people don't waste their time. This is what people rather be paid because they know at least if someone pay them for the information, that they coming for the information. I used to wonder, like, man, why people be withholding information? Why people want you to pay for everything? But the older I got, and when I tried to deliver the information, I understood. Right? This is why people do it. Because you got so many other people just, trying to tear you down. If something ain't for you, it ain't for you. Move on. But people don't want that. People want to attack things. And then that tells about your character. Right? That just shows a lot about your character. You attacking something that ain't got nothing to do with you, it ain't got nothing that you interested in. Like even that's why I don't bash I don't bash anyone's religion, because if it's working for you, it's working for you. But even that, right? People I'm gonna do a show on that. The dangers of weaponizing religion. And what does that tell about a person that weaponizes religion? Now, someone who uses, you got to think about this, right? I'm just being honest. Like, we talking facts. A lot of these religions have dark pasts, right? All the religions were forced upon people at one point in time. All the religions, if you didn't adhere, they eliminated you. They got you out of here. At one point, all these religions did it. All these religions have a dark past. So for us in 2024 to be telling people to fear God and you going to hell, and if you don't believe this, and if you don't do, trying to use religion as a fear. Religion is supposed to be love, acceptance. It's supposed to show you the way. It ain't supposed to put fear in your heart. It's supposed to give you empowerment. It's supposed to strengthen you. That's what it's supposed to do. But you got to look at the character of a person who using it to attack other people. If another person don't believe in your religion, go talk to people who do. You'll have a more effective, efficient conversation doing that than trying to beat somebody down with something that can't. No, I'm not gonna get in on that part. Good environment here. I appreciate that, Askiro. I appreciate that. I try to do that. I try to create an environment where people will feel free to express their opinions, respectfully. That's all we got to do. We can have different views and opinions, but we ain't got to try to beat nobody down with our opinion. You know, even with facts. Sometimes I be hearing stuff and I see stuff and somebody say stuff, but if I know that's what makes them a better person. That ain't got nothing to do with me. So I'm not here to take nothing away from nobody. But you can't weaponize something against me. That and I'm sorry, it's bad in the melanated community, the black community. It's like people trying to beat people down with Jesus. Like, that's not cool, man. Jesus didn't even do that. Jesus didn't force his religion onto no one. Show me somewhere in the book where Jesus said, if you don't follow me, I'm gonna send you to hell. Never said that. See, he talked about getting into heaven. He never told you about going to hell. He went to hell. But Jesus wasn't trying to send nobody to hell. I get along with people from different religions in real life, and we talk about it. They tell me what this mean, what that mean, and I just listen and take the information because they're telling me their experience. But you know what they ain't telling me? Well, if you don't convert, you're going to hell. If you don't believe in God, you're going to hell. Like, that is sad. It's so much fear people try to put. If you don't do this, if you don't do that, even with what I teach, I share information. If you use it, then you use it. If you don't, then you don't. I can't do nothing about that. I just plant seeds and keep it moving. But I'm not saying you're a bad person if you don't do this. If you don't believe in what I believe in, you're a bad person. I'm not telling you none of that. But it's people on here that's beating people down with Bibles and stuff. And it's like, that's weird. It's really weird. Like, because you repeating history. It was people, it was civilizations uprooted because they didn't conform over to Christianity. I know that history forced it on people. It was the people that came after them. Exactly. That's the thing, Ashkiro. Do you see? And like, even in the book of Thomas, Jesus said that he knew what what people was gonna do with his teachings. In the book of Thomas, that's why another reason they omitted it from the Bible. Jesus knew. Jesus knew what people was gonna do with his teeth. Anti, what up though? Appreciate you. Jesus knew what they was gonna do with his teaching. In the book of Thomas, he told Thomas that. But that's where we at right now. And I just want to know, am I wrong for even thinking any of this stuff, right? Am I wrong for thinking it? Like, people ask for something, you give it. Well, that's not the way I wanted it. Like, but this is what you asked for. But nah, that's not the way you wanted it. Okay, well, and then complain about the same thing. I don't think people, like, for me, like when I had conversations with people, I would listen because sometimes people vent. Sometimes people just need to say stuff and get it out, and then they done with it. And then sometimes people will say a problem and they come up with a solution. And then sometimes people will present a problem and ask you, "Hey, help me solve this." But then some people just want to bitch and complain. Those people I can't deal with. I can't deal with. And full of love. That's what I'm saying. Like religion in general, in my opinion, right? Um, I think the conception of religion was to teach and um, was to teach and spread. I don't want to say spread love, but was to teach and spread the word, right? That we have a loving God, we have a compassionate God. Um, yeah, just like any parent, I understand that concept too. Um, but that's karma too. It's the energy you put into it. But people used it for their own um, desires. Even till this day, people use it for their own desire. They use it to their own benefit, and that to me is wrong. But that's not everybody, and that's the thing about reality, right? Everything has duality to it. So whatever somebody's using for good, somebody's gonna figure out a way to use it for bad. That's just what it is. You know, fire. Fire was, created to keep us warm, to uh, cook our food. It was just, created to sustain us. But people found a way to use it to harm people. You take a kitchen knife, you use it to cut up food, to make your meal, your food more edible in smaller pieces, or when you prepping it or cooking it, a kitchen knife is used. That's how most people use it, but we have seen other people use it to hurt people. So whatever is created for a positive, somebody found a negative way to use it, and vice versa. Some created negative, people have found positive ways to use it. That's just duality. That's just reality, right? So that's what happened with religion, and it continues to happen. Some people get positions to teach or educate people, and their whole intent is to take advantage of people. We've seen that. If it's through the manipulation of getting physical or taking people money, cheating people out of their money, we've seen that. So whatever's used for good, people find a way to use it for bad. That's just where we at. You know? So it's just being able to recognize these things, man. We got to be observant. Unfortunately, you know, um, and I always say patience, right? Just take your time with stuff. Right? Take your time with people. Let people show you who they are. You ain't got to test people. I don't believe in testing people. That's like some of the most annoying is people will show you who they are eventually. People look, when people are acting, they will break character. I promise you that. If somebody ain't being 100, eventually they will break character. The only thing you have to do is be observant. And you should be observant 24/7. That's how you learn. You should observe your surroundings, um, your environment, the people in it, even the animals, the insects. You observe them, you'll learn patterns, you'll learn personality types, behaviors. A lot of did you know a lot of psychology is based on observing animals and insects, not even people? Did you know that? A lot of psychology is based on observing animals and insects. A narcissist will always find a way to get power over people. It's not just religion they use. They use politics, business scams, yeah, influence. Um, and narcissists will use anything, especially if they know like a weakness of yours. Like if you got an insecurity, a narcissist will definitely tap into that to manipulate you. That's why I'm gonna do that show Monday. Um, yeah, I just chilling with the family and lost track of time. But I want to be responsible. Narcissism versus Machiavellianism, because I think a lot of times people get those confused. I can listen and you can tell me what a person does, um, not one time, but once you see a consistency of behavior, um, you can tell the difference of narcissism and Machiavellianism, but they both use manipulation tactics. It's just Machiavellianism. I'm gonna say that for the show. So make sure y'all catch that show. I'm gonna do it Monday. Yeah, make sure you catch that show. I don't want to put too much sauce in here, but yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, and unfortunately, but I mean, it's cool because it's information out there. We gotta seek it. You know, um, people complain about things, and a lot of their problems already been answered. They just not looking for it. I just think the mass majority of people they um, they geared to complain and wait for someone else to solve their problem. I don't think people want to take accountability. I don't think people want to take it. People say it, people say so much stuff, but it's not about what people say, it's about what they do. You can say you like me, you cool, but if your actions don't show that, then I know otherwise. I ain't gonna argue with you. Blue, what up, though? What up, Blue? Appreciate you, sir. I was watching you get down earlier. That is like watching you craft. Is watching all y'all craft PIA. It's like therapeutic. It's like relaxing. It's like I don't know. It's just I whittle too. So that's sometimes I just go outside and just grab a tree branch, and I don't even make none. I just like carving, just the stroke of the knife, um, and trimming the wood is just relaxing. So yeah, shout out to Blue, shout out to PIA. I gotta get with y'all sisters. I need some stuff made. We gonna get some 9% gear going on. I'm gonna be rocking some 9. Yeah, I think I shared it. I believe I shared it. But Tay, you've been running around all day too. I mean, my wife these last couple of days, man, boy, my wife be forgetting I can't see, or she just don't care. Oh, that's my baby though, man. I love my wife so much, man. That's like we like really Bonnie and Clyde, or Ren and Stippy, one of them. Probably more like Ren and Stippy, because we don't do nothing but pick with each other all day. But having a best friend as your partner, man, is somebody who understand you, who know you, who take that time to really figure you out. That shows somebody actually cares, and those people are usually go be there when times are good and bad. A person that takes the time out to get to know you, if it's not even a romantic relationship, it can be a friendship. If you got somebody who you call your friend, take the time to get to know them. I take the time to get to know people in general. If they allow it. If a person allow it and we vibing, yeah, I want to take time to get to know them, because um, there's a couple reasons. I want to know how to interact, because if you get kids, right? This. Each kid needs something different, right? That's how we are as people. Like Me and Ashkiro relationship will be different from me and Blue. Me and Blue relationship will be different from me and PIA. Me and PIA relationship will be different from me and Tay. Because everyone requires something different. Everyone offers something different. You know, the problem is everybody try to treat everyone the same, and you can't do that. I might can joke around with PIA more than I can joke around with Blue. You know, I can probably be a little harder on Tay than I could Asky, bro. You know, you just have to learn how to adjust to the individual. That's social intelligence in a nutshell. Because everybody different, you know. We all got different triggers. We all got different boundaries. So just understanding one another is key to complementing one another. If that's what you're trying to do, you know, that's just how I look at it. I mean, that's what works for me. Um, just like I said with kids, my son requires something different, different attention than my daughter do. You know, that's just how it is. So, um, but yeah, I was just wondering, like, man, am I wrong for feeling this way? Because I be having days where I be having hope for the world, and then I look at it and I be like, nah. And I understand, like that story of Noah's Ark. The more I live, the more it makes sense. Like if you believe it happened or not, it just made sense now. You know, it was a reason why everybody couldn't get on the boat because even when Noah was building it, people didn't really try to help him build it. They was laughing at him. Oh, you think God go flood the world? Okay. And he like, look, man, God, that's why I'm building this boat. You better start building your own boat. Nope, they didn't want to listen to him. So when it came, guess what happened? When the flood, when it started raining, people were trying to get on the boat. Too late. The whole time he was telling you, you watching this man build this humongous boat. You ain't trying to build your own. And I used to be one of them people. Like, I have a big heart and I'm very compassionate and I want to help the world, but you can't do it because everybody in the world don't want to be helped. They just don't. And the more time you focus on the ones trying to convince the people they need help, the less time you have with the people who are actually looking for the help. So I've just learned to focus on who appreciates what I do, and I appreciate them. That's what I learned. Instead of looking like why this person like we talk about like YouTube. You know, when I first came on here, I used to always hear this person ain't in my chat, or people used to say it to me. People still sometimes say it. You know, and it's like, you know, I got a life. You know, I understand people got lives. You know, I done watched my chat grow up to 20 consistently, down to 5, back up to 10, down to 4. You know, people come, people go. People got lives. You know, what I'm saying today might register with them. What I say tomorrow may not. You know, there's different reasons why. But if I focus on the people who not here or not coming no more, then what does that say about the people that's here? Nah, I rather appreciate the people that's still here, the people who just coming in, the people who just found me, the people who been here, you know, the people who come back. You know, people got different reasons. People switch jobs, you know, people lives change. And, you know, I go late. So I make more excuses for the people who don't come in the chat than find reasons why they're not here. It's not even excuses. It's more, I can think of more reasons of why people ain't here than wonder why they're not here. As perception is just how you look at life. I don't look at the bad side first. I look at the positive side. I understand, you know, everything is positive and negative. Everything has duality into it, but I don't focus on negative things. Like if I see a problem, if I try to do something and it don't work out, I don't say, well, that didn't work. I try to figure out why it didn't work. That's just me though. You know, like I was saying, the other day. If you go in with a preconceived notion, like if I came on here like, man, I know doing, talking this talk, people ain't go support me, and then after a month doing it, saying no support, be like, well, yep, I knew it, I ain't gonna do it, and just quit. Nah, I don't think like that. Even when my numbers drop, I was just talking to Tay earlier, like, man, I'm back under 100 views. I got to figure out what the people want. That's it. It's not about who here, who not here. It's not about who watching, who not watching. It's about me. I'm not doing something right. I have to do something right. There's a billion people on this planet, and I'm going to get hung up on 20, 30 people who not watching no more versus trying to figure out how to get more people to watch. No, it's my responsibility. Like I've heard people on here saying, "Oh, people don't support." Like my first thing is, am I creating something for that's valuable that people will spend their time to watch? Like when you understand supply and demand, when you understand business, it's supply and demand. It's some things I'm not gonna do that I know can draw a big crowd. Right? I call it adulting. Yep. We had a couple. we gotta keep Gary out the chat. Gary be conjuring up some other dude. I don't know. Gary do something. There's some energy he sent, and it bring out the verb. Yeah, I don't know. Then they start talking about all kind of crazy stuff. Yeah. But no, this is one of them chill nights. Um, and that's another thing too, right? Like we want authentic, right? We want real. Uh we want to see people for who they are. And on here, like since I've been on here, that's what I've been doing. And it's it's just funny sometimes how people say they want real authentic and you give it to them as raw as possible and it's still fake. People don't ain't really like that. I had people on here. Man, I ain't even about to get into it. I ain't gonna get into that. And see, no matter how, no matter how I be feeling, because I get feelings and emotions too, right? I hear stuff, see stuff, people send me stuff, and it's like my mama ain't raised me a certain way, so I'm not gonna be, especially for no clicks and views. It's disheartening because it's like you want to be open, you want to be helpful, you want to be real, but interacting with people, um, you got to protect your peace too. That's the best way I can say it. No, I'm just saying it's like what else? Like I'm not here to prove anything to anyone. I be transparent because of what I'm doing, and I understand the atmosphere. There's so much fake shit on here, right? So many people on here acting and stuff, and it's a lot of stuff that I didn't even disclose. Just being humble, and I don't be trying to. I can't really flex on nobody. I get accomplishments and accolades I don't even talk about. Because it's not important or don't even go with the conversation. So, and like I said, I'm not here trying to flex on nobody, but it's people. No matter what you do, no matter how real you be, it's like they have a desire for you to be fake. They want you to be fake. And instead of saying it to you, they go behind your back, talking to other people, DMing people, emailing people. Like that shit weird. Like, I don't even talk about nobody on my. I talk about me. Like all the conversations I have always related either to something I experienced personally or something I observed. I don't even talk about people. I stay away from critiquing other people. Not because I can't. It's just because I think I just feel I'm more interesting. I know my story. I don't know nobody else's story. So I can't say someone is more interesting than me if I don't know them. But I know my story. So I share that. I don't need other people for content. I can be the content, you know. Man, it's disheartening though, you know. It's disheartening because it's like why I don't know. Like you look at like I always say people's intent. You know, you look at people's intent, and that's gonna be big for the show. Narcissism versus Machiavellianism, and I said it time and time again. Um, it's the intentions of a person. Pay attention to person's intention. What I've learned is some people don't want your help; they just want your attention, and the best way to keep your attention is to constantly be in need. Oh man, put that on the screen. Put that on the screen. Hold on. Nah, Blue. Hey, keep it going, baby. Look, I need that sometimes, and I find it funny. And no, I don't take offense. I know it's not out of malice, man. Like, I trust me, I can take a joke. Actually, I love jokes. I love joking. See, I do the roasting. I'm just not mean with it. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't when I if I like, you see how I pick with Gary, Tay, and Ty. I pick with everybody, but I'm not doing it to like demean them. You know, I ain't doing it to make them feel bad about themselves. I'm not into that. If I tell a joke, that's why I mainly joke about me. You know, when I tell jokes, I mainly joke about me. And then when I do joke, I have a rapport with that person. And you know, it ain't out of malice. You know. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Keep it coming. It's disheartening, especially when you know your efforts were in vain. They waste your time knowing you made time for them. Man, ask you. And you know the worst thing is when you try to help someone, right? When you have all good intent to help people, you just come in like, hey, you know, I'm here to help, and then they turn around and do some fuck shit, and it's like, hold on, bro, like this was all love, and now you trying to make me the bad guy. I don't know why people want to make me the villain of their story. Since I've been on here, there's a couple people who tried, and I'm looking like I'm not even about to play with you, bro. Like you go over there and have fun. I mean, if that's how you feel, I can't change nobody's opinions, but I'm not out here trying. I'm really not trying to mislead nobody. If you like, even the conversations that I have, you know, I try to do it in the most respectful way because I don't want nobody feeling like I'm literally just talking about behavior and personality. Um, I'm not trying to say it in a way where, you know, I hurt people feelings, even when I'm mad at somebody. And then that's the thing too, like talking about behaviors and personality. Anybody can feel some type of way about it. You know, I had my cousin, my cousin called me one day, was like, "Was you talking about me?" And I'm like, "What was you talking about?" And they sent me the show, and I'm like, "No, I wasn't talking about you." She's like, "Well, I do that." I'm like, "Girl, I ain't been around you in like 12, 13 years. I don't know what the hell you be doing." How am I supposed to know you do that? I don't know. I'm just talking. Like the story I tell relate to you, no, but I do the okay, it's a personality then. That's not nothing to do with me talking about you. That's me, you know, talking about a personality that you need to look into that, not me. It's things I've been talking about on here, like, oh shit, I still do that, or I do that. Like, oh, I got to check myself. That's the thing, talking about personality. I've talked to a psychologist, and I'm listening to the psychologist, like, bro, you a narcissist. He like, I know. Bullshit. This wasn't like I wasn't at a therapy session. It was a coworker. But I'm looking like, damn, this psychologist is an actual narcissist. He like, yeah, I know. So personality and behaviors don't escape anyone. We all at times, if we don't do it now, at one point in time, I promise you, we all have displayed narcissistic tendencies. We all displayed that when we really wanted something. Yeah, we became a little narcissist, but it's not a consistent behavior. So no, you're not a narcissist just because you do something. You can be triggered and do something, but that doesn't mean that's who you are. It's a trigger. You went into a defense or an attack mode because you were triggered, not because you're a fucked up person. But people will judge a person on one action and say this is who they are and not look at the cause of the action. Remember, law, cause, and effect. People sometimes, like, I'm a cool, laid back person until you fuck with me, and then I'm a nasty person. But I'm not a nasty person when I wake up and go to sleep. I'm only nasty when I got to defend myself. So if you put me in a position to defend myself, you can't say I'm just a nasty person. You more fucked up for putting me in the position for me to be a nasty person. My mom called me the gentle giant. My wife called me the teddy bear, her big old teddy bear. But yeah, it's a lot on here. But we moving, we grooving. We're gonna do a 9% show Tuesday. Tuesday we go do a show. We're gonna try to. My bad. Can you hear me? Nope. Hold on. I gotta set this back up real quick. My bad. I knocked my cord out my laptop. Give me 1 second. I don't even know how I did that. Damn, did I break this? Well, I just can't get right. I think I done broke the. Okay, here we go. Yeah, it's time for a new laptop. It's time for a new laptop. I done broke the. I didn't break it, but it got a shortage in the connection port. I know my kids was playing with it, but it's my fault because I leave it out. Like my son ain't already break 3 laptops already. And I just leave it out, but that's my fault. Kids gonna be kids. Who won't stop? The internet's a strange place. Few people tried me, but till I left all that in the dust to move on. And you know what, Askero, I'm gonna be honest, man. It's times on here where they say speak up and say something, but then I look at the people like it's not gonna make a difference. So I've learned with this internet, like if this was in real life, it'd be different, right? Like if I see something happening in real life, like I can physically be there and like, hey, chill out. And it's that energy, but on here, you can't reach out and touch someone. So, and then it's a lot of people who come on here and do all that fuck shit on purpose just to go back and forth with people. And once I realized, like, okay, that's that type of person, it's a no-win situation. So, the best, in my advice, the best thing to do is to just move on from those people. because there's no winning. Like they're here for that, and if you're not here for that, then you go automatically lose. Even if you win, you go lose. So it's just best. Like I avoid some people on here. There's a lady on here with initials QR. I'm straight. No, no, no. I don't want to be nowhere around that person. I don't even want that person to know I exist. I'm straight. I don't say nothing, and when I dip or I just go ghost, I'm straight. It's just some people on here. That's what they're here for. So engage ain't no winning with people like that. If they here for the fuck shit, that's what they here for. And if you're not here for that and you get involved in it, they win automatically. They done changed your whole they that can change your whole channel. Like if I get into a beef with somebody, right? I go from 10 people probably to 50, 60 people, right? But as soon as I stop beefing, guess what? All them people gone. And now what is my channel? Now I got to start all over because the 10 people that was here rocking with me, they didn't come for that mess. So guess what? Now they gone. So like I'm straight. I rather rock out with 10 quality people who come for the information than to have 100 to 200 people in my chat for the bullshit. Like I'm not a perform. I like to have fun. I like to, rock out or whatever. But I'm not here to entertain. Like I'm not putting on no clown suit. I ain't putting on no blackface. You ain't about to see me come on here and bash women because I know people like that. You ain't gonna hear me come on here and bash black people because I know people like that. I'm not gonna bash anyone. We can have discussion, but I'm not about to. I'm straight on that. It's just not in me, man. And it's certain things, like I said, in business. That's why I'm trying to get into a whole new algorithm because there's a lot of channels on here who speak positive stuff. So I'm trying to get into that algorithm. There's a lot of like Infinite Waters. Tay put me up on them. I used to watch them on Facebook. But Tay put me up on him. That dude be having like 2K people in his chat. And he just be speaking positive. Those are the people we want over here. We can have positive, I don't even like to use the word positive no more. So we can have impactful conversation. We can actually say something and it can reach someone and help them. People don't even think like that. Like the potential that we got, it might be someone in Montana having a bad day and they turn on the word show and hear some positive, inspirational, never met me, never came in the chat. Just one day it came up on their timeline and I said exactly what they needed to hear and it helped them. Like that shit feel good. When people email me or comment like, bro, I didn't even look at it that way, but I appreciate that. Now I gotta like that feel good, man. That feel good. In a real life, that energy in ASCII real, that's why I've been trying to tell these people, like people like to say, oh, this is just YouTube. This is just YouTube. No, it's not. This is anything you pay attention to becomes a part of your life. And yeah, this is an app that we log on to, and at any time we can log off. But when you log off, you take that energy with you, like you just said. So if you was on here doing fuck shit, I've seen people fuck up their marriages. I ain't messing up my home. No, I'm straight. The day my wife say, "Look, I don't like you doing that no more," I'd be like, "All right, y'all won't see me no more." I'm being honest. I'm not about to argue with my wife over no app. Because in real life, that's who support me. That's who loves me. In real life, no matter what anybody say nice about me on here, this is the one who stuck in my corner when I couldn't see, when I wasn't sure if I would ever have a life. Really, that's who said don't worry about it. That's who had my back. So it's family. It's family first. You know. But my wife is she amazing because she be pimping me out to YouTube. Like, go do your show, bye. Get out of here. Like, what? I can't chill and watch the movie. Nah. Go do the show. My wife is amazing, man. My wife is amazing. I appreciate her so much, man. People in your life, man, take the time out to appreciate the good people in your life. Take the time out to appreciate the good people in your life. Take the time out to appreciate the good people in your life because a couple reasons. One, they don't have to be there. You know, they really don't. And two, we don't know how long, any of us go be here. So just enjoy it while you have it. You know, we can be here today and then gone tomorrow. So just enjoy it. Find more reasons to have peace than to have war, man. It's I got a neurologist, a neuro ophthalmologist appointment coming up soon. It hasn't got better since. Uh, I just say it like that. I don't want to talk bad, but I just say it hasn't got better. But I make it do what it do. This I don't complain about it. I don't even, I just adjust and adapt whatever life throws me. I'm just grateful to still be here. Um, I'm just grateful. So that's how I start my day. When I wake up, I'm grateful. And then after that, I just make it do what it do. Let me go through the chat. Commander, I'm hollering. I just read your comment. Yeah, as well, people messing up their families. Yeah. Yeah, people, if Tuesday. Tuesday is not an intervention video, Commander. I ain't talking to you. Yeah, you know what, man? As long as I get an opportunity to breathe, man, I'm great. My wife always say, "You strong, you this." I'm looking like, man, yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's just, I guess, the life experiences I had, or just the way I am. I don't get too down and I don't get too high. So when I feel bad about something, I always think, just be grateful that you have the opportunity to experience that because it could just be over. Everything can just be over. Is it better to be able to live and not see than to just be gone? Up until I lost most of my sight, I used to always think like, I'd rather not be here if I had that limitation. But now that I have the limitation, it ain't as bad as I thought it'd be, honestly. It sucks, but it's not, I'm not completely blind. I can still, I got to scan the area. So I look like a bobblehead sometimes trying to look. I look like a bobblehead, but hey, I'm still seeing, it's just different, but I adjusted. There's a lot of stuff I can't do. I was just telling my wife this, like, um, she was asking me what I want for Father's Day. I'm like, I don't want nothing. I got everything I need. And she was like, you don't ask for nothing no more. And I said, because she was like, well, you wasn't materialistic, but you just don't want nothing no more. And I said, well, I got everything I need. You know, you just, it's just, I look at it, me losing my sight, it changed my life a lot, and I just hold other things more valuable now than like material things. I was never really materialistic, but um, it's just I value other things now than what I used to. And that happens as you mature anyway. As you get older, the things that was important to you in your 20s ain't important to you in your 40s and 50s. Things that is important to you in your 30s ain't important to you in your 60s and 70s. So right, you have to keep your head on so you don't run into things. Bro, look, James, let me tell you, man, my shins are messed up, bro. I be running like I got kids too, bro. I done slipped on. My son wanted this Jenga game, not to play Jenga. He played Jenga with it like 3 times, but he used the blocks to build. So those was all over the kitchen floor today. So I'm just walking, and I thought I scanned the area before I stepped. No, I slipped right in the pile of Jenga blocks. Bam, right on my butt. Like, man. Yeah. So yeah, even scanning sometimes don't even work. And then I say this too. It's people in worse off situations than I am, and they find a way. So I know I can too. So yeah, I don't let none of that. The only handicap I got is the ones I accept. That's just how I look at it. I just got to do things different, and um, but yeah, I don't. I ain't want to. You know how things happen to people and they get all bitter and angry at the world. I never did that. I've never did that. Like, oh, this happened to me, and now I just hate everybody on the planet. Like, no, man, it just happened to me. I be thinking things happen to me because I can take it. Honestly, I don't know if that's morbid or not, but like when bad things happen, I'd be like, it's cool, I can endure it. It happened to me because I can handle it. You know, that's just how I look at life. The Creator built me to bear a cross. That's just how I look at it. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Um, and I don't. Like for me, like I said, I understand. But that whole concept, like I just don't. I don't see how people risk. I mean, and then it'd be older people too. Like you supposed to be older enough and wise to know, like this the internet. Like don't throw stuff you got going on in real life away for the internet. Don't do that. You know, we all heard grass. The grass is greener on the other side. The grass ain't always greener. This is what I used to. When I heard that, I realized this. Even if the grass is greener on the other side, it probably fertilized it with shit. That's why. So remember, that grass is greener, and you can go lay in it, but you're laying in shit. You know, people always looking for the next best thing. And you don't know on this internet. You can be getting catfished to anything. People, I didn't show. Well, my very first video, I showed my face, but I don't come on camera that much, but you can see my face or whatever. I done damn doxed myself on here. I done told y'all where I was born at. I done gave you my birth date, my first name. It ain't hard to find out who I am. So, I ain't got nothing to hide though. You doxed me. I mean. Really don't matter. Um, I'm one of the. I'm not gonna say only people because there's a lot of people on here is authentic and real. But I'm one of those, man. I ain't never like when I say I don't have a police record. I told y'all the truth. Shit, the shit I had on my record got expunged and threw off. One of them got expunged when I was a teenager, and the other one, I never got convicted. So they took the charge off because the guy copped to the gun. It wasn't mine. It was his. He copped to it, but I never went to court or trial for it. They held me for a couple days. I've been in jail before. I never got, I never did no fed time or nothing like that. Like I said, I just don't have a record. But, people come on here and say that all the time. People say I don't have a record, and you pull a record, you find out they've been doing all kind of crazy stuff, playing with goats and cows and all types of crazy shit. Like, people weird, but I don't know, man. Oh my goodness, almost said something, but I'm about to get off here if I get in trouble. Yeah, I get, but see, look, Ashley, bro, I'm a like you. I got a LinkedIn. Like, I literally have a LinkedIn account. Um, I mean, my face is all over the internet already. You know, I done sold real estate and I sell life insurance in multiple states. So I got websites. So I'm all over the internet, social media. My wife all over social media. You know, she on TikTok, she on Facebook. We ain't got nothing to hide. I mean, we ain't. I mean, I'm a very confident person. Like, if someone, anybody who knows me does not come to my house unannounced. So if someone comes to my house unannounced, I'm ready. That's just how I feel. You know, I'm not on here trying to do nothing. I'm not scamming nobody. I'm not on here trying to fuck with, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I understand though, but it shouldn't, I'm sorry. I don't conform to anything. I don't conform. And I just don't need to be around people who do shit like that, like all that fuck shit, that doxing and all that. I just don't need to be around people. But if they do it to me, they go look stupid. They go look stupid. You find out my last name, you start pulling. Just don't pull none of the federal probation officers. Don't pull none of the state troopers and the police sergeants. Just don't run their name. Don't dox them. Just don't dox them. If you find out my last name, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. Yeah, and that you know what, Askew, I've been like researching personalities and behaviors, and I've been doing this for a long. Ever since I was 11, I've been reading psychology books. My mom's, and a lot of the things I seen in the books, I've never experienced them until I came online. Like, I did a show about the dark triad, right? I thought them people was like mythical creatures. Like, you would never really run into one of these people. But I can't diagnose people because that's not my profession. But watching people on here, they definitely fall into that category. When you're talking about narcissism, psychopath, or sociopath, those are interchangeable. Person, you know the difference between psychopath and sociopath. Those can be interchangeable. But and Machiavellianism, when they embody all three of those personalities, I've never thought I would experience. And I have seen at least 3 people on this app that displays the consistent behavior of a dark triad. And I'm like, that shit is scary. Like the way and the way they manipulate people on here, and it's like, and people don't know what they're dealing with. Oh, that person is a narcissist. Like, no, it's deeper than that, bro. And you playing that person like a narcissist, and then when they switch up, you don't know what to do because you don't know what you're dealing with. I can tell you right now, Ashkiro, somebody, I can find out who did it too, but I have been searched at least 16 times since I've been on YouTube. Like, people literally like pull my information. And the only reason I know that is because of I have that, what is it called? Where it protect your social security number. It's not NetGuard. It's Net something. But anytime my name is ran and my information is pulled from like public records, it alerts me. And I have got 16 alerts that my information was pulled. And I can pay a couple extra dollars and they'll give me the person who pulled it, because that, even when you pull somebody's information, like when you pay a website to pull it, they have to disclose that. That's what people don't know. You can find out. You just gotta have a what is it? A privacy protector. Is it NetGuard or Net? It's not Net Zero. It's Net something. But they protect. I signed up with it to protect my because my social security number had got pulled before. Somebody tried to use my social security number, but it was caught. And the bank told me that I should, use some type of I mean, it's like $50 a year or something like that. I think it's like 15 a month. It's net something. I got to look at it, but I pay $50 a year for it, and it's beneficial because, like I said, if people pull your public records, if your records are pulled, then it'll alert you. And you know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I didn't want to know who did it is two reasons. One, because it's like I have nothing to hide. But the second reason, if I feel some type of way about that person, I might say something or do it. I'm just being honest. I try to avoid stuff. Um, but like I said, the only thing you will expose is what I've been telling people since I've been on here. Um, Especially pulling public records. I have no felonies. I have no convictions. Never been to court and convicted of anything. I have no felonies on my record. Of course, if I ain't been convicted of nothing, I ain't got no child support. The mother of my children is my wife. I don't have, so I mean, what they go expose? I mean, the worst somebody can say is you have nothing in your name. Somebody actually said that to me before. Like, man, you don't own shit. Well, how you know I don't own that? Because it ain't nothing in your name. Yeah, because I know better than put things in my name. There's other ways to obtain things without putting it in your name. You just don't know. So no, I'm not about to argue with you with that. Okay, I'm broke. Okay, I'm broke. Half of the people on the internet broke. Okay, I can be broke. That make you feel better thinking I'm broke. And I mean, it is what it is. And that's the thing too, Tay. People be trying to hold if something is someone's past, that's their past. That we experience things to learn. We do. I did a lot of stupid shit. I just didn't get caught, and I've been honest about that. I never said I was squeaky clean. I just said I didn't get caught. Some people get caught, some people don't. But if a person ain't doing that, even if it's 3-4 years ago, if you ain't still doing that, then that's your past. People try to hold their past over, and it's like that shit weird, man. So you just want people to be bad and fucked up forever. Like, people make mistakes. That's just life. We all did stuff that we regret. It's about learning and moving forward, not doing it again, taking accountability, and moving forward. That's all you got to do. Yeah, man, they be getting down here with that, man. That man, is I had a friend. They couldn't get her social security, and this was like in the early 2000s. I don't think they can do this now, but like, you can apply for a new social security number, and they couldn't get her social security, so they applied for a new one, got a new social security. She went to go do something. I can't remember exactly what, but they told her that number no longer exists, and they called the police because they thought she was doing credit card fraud. She had to break out her birth certificate to prove she was who she was, because someone use her identity and got a new social security number. I doubt it. I don't think they could do that no more. But I remember her going. It was a colleague, a lady I worked with. So yeah, the creativity with this fraud that they do now, man, you got to be careful. Man, see, it's people, like I was saying, people find ways to do fucked up shit. But yeah, I'm gonna be back tomorrow. I'm gonna come back with I'm gonna try to come on earlier. But yeah, I just wanted to ramble for a minute. You know, I got some more transmuting to do, and I ain't gonna lie, it was you know, people do stuff, I think, sometimes so you can talk about it. So that's why I don't want to talk about it. But it's just disheartening when you try to be as real and compassionate with people, and I don't know. You know, it is what it is. But, you know, I appreciate everybody who been rocking out with me. We gonna keep rocking. We gonna keep rolling. We'll come with more content. I'm gonna do. I'm getting some better equipment. We will have some more interactive shows. I'm gonna start planning the shows days in ahead. So look forward to that. I should be coming up on monetization soon. So I want to get back into creating good content. I'm gonna start trying to do more uploads. Once I get my new laptop and stuff, I think I can. Because right now I'm on a Chromebook. I'm gonna just go get a laptop, and I'm gonna convert the desktop that I have. I'll probably get some new monitors, but yeah. So we're doing stuff to make, you know, create a better experience over here. You know, we create an environment now. You know, we will create a better experience. So I appreciate y'all so much. Oh yeah, the scammers are getting more philosophical. Yeah, unfortunately, people find more ways to hurt people than to help people. Imagine if they use that energy to help people. Appreciate you, Miss Tracy. But yeah, let me get out of here. I gotta get up early in the morning. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all know what I always say: care about how you feel. Use the conversations to build nations. And if I say anything to resonate with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, we out.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. Looking for change, looking for pain, pulling a mob, pushing a train. I'll never stop, stick to a lane, pick up the pieces and go rearrange. I'll be the best above all the rest, put me to the test and expect nothing less, your check is I'm chess, what's happening next, yeah. He got the venom, a tangible weapon, no coming in second. This life is a lesson, he got a new engine from pain, it's a blessing. New focus, no guessing, just bold and obsession. All in his possession, you got their attention. I'll leave an impression and take a redemption. Just kill no discretion, your mind is a weapon. 11-11, it's time for progression, You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me. People like sheep move